viewer, you're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news that is making headlines. In the headlines tonight, 30 lock-up shops commissioned in Paida Main Market, Zombo District. An elderly woman collapses while waiting for the elderly's grant in Maricha District. And Muni University holds the first ever Freshers' Ball in the West Nile region. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. A warm welcome, viewer, to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyuchin Grace Freedom, commissioned the 30 lock-up shops of Paida Main Market in Zombo District in an event that attracted many market vendors and the business community. Alfred Jawok reports.
The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Grace Kuyuchin Freedom, together with United Nations Capital Development Fund, UN, CDF, and European Union, have today commissioned the Paida Market lock-up shops in an event which attracted many market vendors and business community. While commissioning the structures, Honorable Grace Kuyuchin Freedom, who was the chief guest, appealed to the donors to add more buildings as the number of market vendors increased every day. She pledged to lobby for more developments from development partners for Paida Main Market.
Funded by EU and government of Uganda, but only 30 is not enough for this population. And when we have seen the people who are occupying the 30 lock-up shops, they seem to be people of a little higher class, with higher income, but the women have remained in the sun. With their little merchandise, little income, they have remained in the sun. They have remained in the rain. And the bulk of the houses behind there is dilapidated. So really this is not enough. This is a drop in the ocean, and we would like to request for more support. This is a fast growing town, attracting people from Arua, from Oyo, Ajumani, from Lira, from Gulu, from Congo, DR Congo, all here. Today is not a market day, but you can see it's already full. Tomorrow is a market day, it will be too full up to the streets. So this is just a drop in the ocean, and I want to thank the town council also for this initiative. Now what we advised, and the town council is taking it up, is that any other project which will come for lockups, it should now be storage house, because the space is smaller, the population is growing. If it is storage, it will accommodate many more people. And if it is shared for smaller income group, it will accommodate many more women. As we are passing there, the women were giving us that sentiment, saying, look at us, we are in the rain, we are in the sun, can you do something? So the message has really gone, and I also take it up.
Honorable Gabriel Ukumu, Member of Parliament for Koro County, assured the leaders that they had assessed Paida Main Market and that the government and European Union would allocate funds for construction of storage buildings, as many vendors are left out due to incapacity of the buildings.
There are 32 lockups in number, and if you consider Paida area, which is the target area, the population is about 62,000 people who transact business here. Paida is in vicinity of DRC, so there is a lot of cross-border trade within the area and between the communities, the local communities. Therefore, we would like to request government and the development partners to consider the local people, to consider adding this project to at least cover at the very minimum 500 lockups at the very minimum, because we toward the area. There is land for development, and the number of the people speaks volume.
Meanwhile, James Oyulu Urunam, Zombo District Chairperson, tasked Honorable Kuyushin Grace Freedom to speed up the process of Phase 3 of the project after commissioning the second phase of the project.
And our people are joyful. They are very happy about this construction, because previously we had very small shelter, very small rooms, and very dilapidated and very weak rooms along all this stretch you are seeing. But today, when you are moving here, first of all, according to me, as you are moving here, you can see changes in development. That is one thing. Now, two, it has helped our people from that time when they were disturbed by rain, and now at least they can smile because the room which was supported by Dino and the Ministry of Local Government through OPM, it is very strong, and they assured security of their properties.
The 30 lock-up shops were commissioned today to accommodate over 120 vendors dealing in different commodities. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. An elderly resident of Olivo Village, Nigo Parish, Obiba Sub-County, Maricha District, who was waiting for the older person's grant on the 7th of September 2023, collapsed unconscious and was rushed to Iliofe Health Center 3 for further treatment. Osuta Yusuf has more.
Ezaro Luza from Olivo Village, Nigo Parish, who is one of the elderly people in Obiba Sub-County, Maricha District, who were waiting for their older person's grant on Thursday, 7th September 2023, collapsed unconscious at around 4 p.m. and was rushed to Eliofe Health Center 3. The government of Uganda introduced social assistance grants for empowerment in 2011 to financially help elderly people of over 18 years of age. The Community Development Officer for Obiba Sub-County, Doreen Orodrio, said during their sensitization and mobilization campaign for the SAGE program, they often advise them to first eat something at home before coming for the programs. She stressed that recommendations have often been made to the district and SAGE officials to ensure the bank and the SAGE officials take the money to the home of beneficiaries who may not be physically able to come to sub-county headquarters to receive their monies.
During the SAGE program, as we are doing mobilization, we always advise that if you're an old person, before you come here, the payment is always at 2 p.m. You first eat something before you are brought this way. This is always what we tell when we're doing mobilization. And on top of that, there are those who are sick. And they had the next of kin who are to come and pick money on their behalf. But in a scenario like of today, the next of kin who was to come on behalf of the client is nowhere to be seen and was not there. But it forced the family members to pick the client to come and pick the money. In a scenario, she collapsed and she's in a bad state, still on drip, and we don't know how the treatment is going to be. This is what is taking place right now in a Iliofe Health Center in Obiba Sub-County. And as a sub-county, as a CDO, this is always what we tell people, that there are some critical people who are unable to come at the pay point. The banks will help us and take the services to people who are ill, who are unable to be lifted this one. And this is the exact thing which has happened. So I'm really very sorry, and I appeal that next time when we put our recommendations, the recommendations that we forward to this should be taken into action so that our people are safe.
Honorable Samuel Mbaku, the LC3 chairperson of Obiba Sub-County, urged district officials and SAGE officials to be time conscious when implementing this program.
So for the case of the delayment, I'm really advising the responsible person to come on time. Like now they came at at 3. When this elderly person, they are almost tired, they are very hungry. So my only advice or appeal is to the district development officer that when they are coming to give these people's money, this will be time conscious.
The search officials turned down our request to interview them about the incident. Peace Oshaki, Osuta Yusuf, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our story, students of Muni University in Ara City today are celebrating the Freshers' Ball, a way of ushering the new students of the first year into the university through a party which the students get to learn a lot from the fellow students. Farish Majid has more.
There's excitement and anxiety among the Muni University students as the university holds its first of kind Freshers' Ball, a common practice of orienting new students into the higher institutions of learning, most especially in the central region. Freshers' Ball hasn't been a common practice in the Westnile region, despite it being common in the central region, and Muni University becomes the first university in the region to organize this event. Ogendrof Victor, the 8th Guild President of the university, says the event is to help usher the new students into the university from the long period of vacation.
Freshers' Ball is all about welcoming the freshers into Muni University. You understand that when these students come new, they're already having the mindset of secondary, and also staying long at home during the holidays, so they need to refresh in their mind and also join the community of Muni University. And that's why we're bringing the Freshers' Ball, to make sure that they get acquainted with the university, they get all the opportunities that it fails to enjoy Muni University, and that's why we're organizing.
Some of the students we spoke to at the event expressed enthusiasm towards the event.
Everyone, this is Birunji Phoebe. I'm the chief fresher. Well, I'm so grateful for this event. I just thank the organizing committee, the Muni University in all, for the preparations. Indeed, it is my first experience to experience the Chief Freshers' Ball, but I'm so happy and we are prepared. We just expect the vibe.
By names, I'm called Aiko Zagdel. I'm a student at Muni University. Today is the Freshers' Ball in Muni, and we're expecting a lot of people to be here tonight. We are expecting Daddy Andre to be here. We're expecting Monopoly to be here. We're expecting Trigger to be here, who's going to be our main host. And we're expecting our DJ Alzao, one of my friend, one of the dope DJs. Yeah, he's also going to be here on set. Yeah. So yeah, people are hyped. The students are so hyped about this. It's being the first Freshers' Ball ever held in Aroa and ever held in Muni University. So the excitement is there, the hype is there. We just expect it to be real.
A number of activities have been assembled for the day. That began with marching of the brass band, where the students walked from Aroa Public Primary School gate up the university. Beauty contest has also been identified as another activity, and the day will be climaxed by night-long performances from various artists. Farish Majid, Westnile TV Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the Westnile Region Police are set to establish a juvenile and gender-based violence reception center to combat the growing number of children who flee their homes in Aroa and the neighboring districts. The facility will be built at the Aroa Police Station and is a donation from the humanitarian organization Save the Children and will cost 192 million shillings. The regional police authorities have been confronted with the challenge of the lack of a reception center for the overwhelming number of gender-based violence victims, but a sigh of relief has been breathed into the police by Save the Children with the assistance from the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Viewers, my name is Oraku Benson Pastore, and you are most welcome for NILE's Sports News. Let's kickstart with what is happening in the region, as tomorrow Westnile Province will be playing a game in Fufa Drum up against Busoga Province at Ajumani in Paridi Stadium. The first leg of this game ended by 4-1 in favor of Busoga Province. After that, we saw Westnile Province beating the Bugisu Province by 2-1. It's going to be the third game Westnile Province is going to play in the ongoing edition of Fufa Drum. A win for Westnile Province tomorrow in Ajuman at Paridi Stadium will see them proceeding to the quarterfinals, that is the knockout stages of the ongoing Fufa Drum. Meanwhile, a defeat for Westnile Province or as a draw will still keep the group in balance, as Bugisu will still be having a chance to proceed to the quarterfinals. Away from that story, in the European Champions qualifiers, we saw a record being broken yesterday in one of the games being played, whereby Lamine Yamal, a player who is playing for Barcelona, has become the youngest ever player to score for Spain national team. He came as a substitute, replacing Olmo, and converted in the 74th minute, surpassing the record of Gavi, who did make his Spain debut way back in 2021. Lamine Yamal is a product of La Masia Academy and is playing for Barcelona. And they have started the last 4 games for Barcelona, and the win Barcelona had over Villarreal, he provided 2 assists and was named as the man of the match. And he's 16 years old and 57 days. That's Lamine Yamal for you. Finalizing it with the ongoing South American World Cup qualifiers, another record was broken this morning as we saw Brazil's Neymar becoming the all-time top scorer for Brazil national team, surpassing the record of Cristiano Pele. Before the game of today took place, Neymar was together with Cristiano Pele with 77 goals. After spoiling a penalty in first half, in the second stanza of the game, he scored a brace, taking his tally to 79. Neymar Jr. started playing for Brazil in 2010, and he was not mentioned in the party of the 2010 World Cup. And in 2014 World Cup, he was part of the squad. Unfortunately, he got injured as the games were going on, and making Brazil to be knocked out by Germany when they were humiliated by 7-1. In the World Cup of 2018, it was not a good one for the nation, that's Brazil. And the recent World Cup that was hosted by Qatar in 2022, another bad omen for Junior Neymar, as he also sustained injury, making him to miss the remaining games for Brazil. And he's now with 79 goals, surpassing the record of Cristiano Pele. And he has played for a number of clubs. This is a player who started his career with Santos, a team that plays in Brazil, Brasileiro, before crossing over to Barcelona. He spent some years at Barcelona, and he decided to go to French Ligue 1 to sign for Paris Saint-Germain. And he's one of the best players that have decided to go to Saudi Pro League to sign for Al Hilal. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of NILE Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. Have the best of your weekend and enjoy the game between Westnile Province and Busoga Province in the Fufa Drum, and we'll link up again on Monday.
For the sports news and the sports highlight. And with that, we are welcome to the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumringa Christine. Have a good evening.